Hey YouTube, OWRC here. Going to be doing a repair update on what I've done on the Losi Baja Rey over the last week. I have been at work. It has got a lot of running in, and I was having issues. I'll dive right into it. What I was having issues with first is the EC3 connector and my battery plug falling out constantly. So this issue started. I'm going to see if I can get a good picture of it here. Bear with me. I'm going to have to move the camera up here. We'll see how this turns out here. Hold on one sec. Probably can't. Let me go this way. So what I have in there now, what you're going to see is a Dean's plug. And I'll tell you what I had. So right there, normally, see, I cut it. This is what would be sticking out right there. Standard EC3 Horizon Hobbies appears to love to use these on a lot of things. So when I got this, if you watch my earlier, really my first videos, I learned from Bulletproof RC. Grab these off of eBay, little adapter. You plug them in together there, and then you just hook your Dean's battery right up to that. So that's what's, I think what most people do. It worked for a long time. So I want to preface with that I'm somewhere probably 50 plus packs. I tried to do the best figuring I could do through the Losi, almost to 2 months of owning it. But what's happened and where it started happening was at SDRC at the track. Every time, because I think it was harder packed, every time I was doing a jump, or about every other jump, the plug was pulling right out. And so this again is the stock. I'm trying to get it in the camera here. This is what was in there, and then this would plug into it. This is a brand new adapter. I bought a few of them, but I mean, there's no resistance at all. I mean, I'm barely, and that's all the way seated. It would just fall right out. I even went and bought a different one, a different plug. Tried that. Same thing in there. There's no resistance at all. So I even, trying to kind of do whatever I can do to get it to hold, I took one of these and added, I actually put super glue, just a thin coat around it to try to make the plastic thicker, and that actually was working. I'm like, oh, I got a good seat. It seemed to fit okay. Sorry if I've got the camera off here. But what's actually happened inside here, somehow these connectors, those round poles, have gotten worn, because even when I did that and it was completely seated, I was having connection issues. I'd have to sit here and wiggle it. So this inside has worn out. So the fix is I went over to Hobbytown, and shout out to Hobbytown guys again. Those guys are always super cool. When I go there, told them what I was having. I said, I have batteries. All my batteries just have Dean's plug in it. What's stopping me from just, hardwiring this in? So I did a simple fix. Cut. Bought a soldering gun. No, I didn't even have a soldering gun. I'd done a little soldering, I don't even know, years ago. I said I could figure this out. So anyway, the cool guys over there said, hey, you probably want to get a couple because you might mess some up. So this is what I got, and again, I'm sorry if the camera's not too good. I soldered this, so that's what I have in there now. Now, I've known some other people to do it, and there's a lot of people talking about it. I'm just telling you, I like to, again, this is more of a video diary of what I've dealt with. So I have had issues with this, and I guess I could have bought a new one of these and still messed the adapters. But now I just have a Dean's up in there, and I slightly had to modify that, the initial area where the EC3 mounts in there. And right now it's snug, but I actually have it, I have not epoxied it in. It free flows in there just a little bit. I could pull it, so I can actually pull it out enough to disconnect it there. I can shove it up in there a little bit more, which I actually like a little bit better. If you see that, I can get it all the way up in there. With the adapter I was using, my cables were hanging not quite below the bottom, but pretty close. So there's an update for that. That's number one. again, I'll let you know as we go, how things go, how it holds up. But yeah, I have no issues with jumping or anything coming out. So that was probably the biggest first repair that was had me worried a little bit, because I like I said, it led to some frustrating times. It just kept popping out, and I was trying all things. I thought it would just, I even tried, like, zip tying these together, and like I said, so we're talking about the inside. Zip tying those together didn't do any good. I still had connection issues. So there you go. There's that. Went ahead and got the new bumper came in, which I wanted to show you. I said it was like $9. I think it was like $9 shipped to the house. But it actually comes with the front skid plate. I don't know if you can see that on the camera. So this piece, I didn't need that piece, just this had broke, and then the other side almost completely broke off. It was hanging, and it started really damaging the front there. So back in business with that. Cheap part, but you see from the videos, and like I've mentioned, constantly nosediving still. Can't seem to, actually I'm getting a lot better. My buddy's been teaching me, like, to throttle, and a lot of times if you see me running it, I think that's a lot of the other problem is I'm running about half throttle. I just like the way it looks slower. I think it looks more scale, at least that desert track that we've been running on. I just try to be like real smooth and just try to get laps in, and it's not so much just going for the speed, because I can just gun it and the thing actually flies beautifully through the air, nice and level when you're just on it. So anyways, I've been taking a lot of beating on the front of it, but you can see, let me grab the camera. I just want to kind of give you guys a little bit of the close-ups. Like, this is 2 months now. My top vinyl, I should update on that, is holding up great. I mean, I guess I should like take some like right after running videos. This thing's just demolished in like dirt and mud and sand. We kind of wet the sand down out there. My number plates that were off, like I said, off my son's Torment, these things are holding up great. Pre-existing holes there. I went back with the standard tires, which they're just still holding up great. I could switch back and forth, but my son's really kind of in love with the Pro Line ones now. They got good grip. He can actually get some wheelies on that. So these are the new fenders. Again, I just been running so hard, you can see it already kind of, my other ones were that way too, just from throwing the sand up constantly and all that stuff. But it's in really good shape. I mean, I just like to show, over 2 months, with all, like I said, go back, look at all the videos, everything I do, and wrenching. So I like to give this update. Okay, so I went over the battery issue, the front bumper got replaced, and then like I said, I just want to, kind of keep it probably about 50 packs through it so far. So I'm going to end on one thing, and again, you guys have been great with comments. I'm hoping to get, again, just give it to me. What your thoughts are, what your own opinion is on this next issue. What I'd like to know, get this out of the way here. And because, again, I don't know, this is why I'm really counting on you guys out there. So, if you haven't commented before, get in there and just write what you think. This is my son's Torment. It's been a great buy. Like I said, it was $169. It's been perfect for him. He's really liking. I put the Pro Line tires on there now here at the house. He's actually able to get the front wheels off the ground. It's got a lot of grip, but still, this is not the truck to go to an RC track with. And I don't want him to get frustrated. That's my big thing is, it wasn't until the end where he wasn't frustrated. In the very beginning, he almost didn't want to stay because he couldn't control this thing. It was going all over the place. He kept running into other people, and he's very conscious not only about his own truck getting hurt or anything, but he was really starting to feel horrible from running into other guys all the time and trying to fix it. And it eventually he was getting the hang of it. What I want to know from you guys is, what do you think the best for a 9-year-old, again, for a 9-year-old with very limited RC experience, but he's learning control on it, but what do you think's maybe, and I don't want to break the bank, but what's good for a track like that? Obviously they're all buggies there, and I'll tell you what the first thing I saw, and I'm just looking for some honest inputs of what you think. the Losi Mini 8. They have, I see it for $219 with a 10% off. So you can get it for $200, free shipping. I was thinking of that, and why I was thinking that, I wish I had a picture of it or something here to show you, but it's four-wheel drive. It's actually considered 1/14 scale, I guess what they call it, but it has AVC, comes with the same, you know, Spectrum controller, and I know I already have that, but it's ready to run. It's 2S compatible, so the batteries we're using can drop right in there. I think it comes with something, I don't remember what it comes with. Tell me what you think of that. It's Losi Mini 8, like I said, $200. I know there's other options out there. There's probably gonna be some guys say, yeah, you know what, spend the money and do this. I actually want to hear those. Tell me what you think. Think for him, and I don't want, you know, it's not competitive. I want him to be able to go to the track and maybe just, you know, be able to run some laps, and, you know, and not be, this thing is just constantly just spinning out and everything else. And I agree, I realize that may be the case even with a buggy. I have a feeling that it's going to be a little more controllable. So I know that went kind of long. I apologize, but I appreciate any thoughts, comments. I'm trying to do my investigation, but maybe there's something other than, you know, the real obvious stuff for the first thing you type in when you know, type in 10 scale buggy or something like that, that maybe there's something that you had experience with yourself that you think might be really good for him. Type it in the comments below. Thank you very much again for watching. Again, good job on all you guys making videos. I still watch everything you guys do. Let's keep passing this info back and forth. Thank you very much. OW out.